I may have 6 minutes before my volunteer arrives. So hi everyone, my name is Charlie, and today I'm just going to ramble about Thursday for about 2 minutes, maybe less, maybe more, we don't know, and see where that takes us. Anyway, last video was recorded at 6:45 on Wednesday night because my sister decided that we would go up to see my nephew in his first nativity. As some of you may know, my brother, his girlfriend, and my nephew moved to Northumbrian last year so my brother could start a new job, and alas and alack and all of that, my nephew is now in school up there. And for some reason, I have become one of these uncles who is very invested in their nephew's life, and I'd always said at work that I was keeping time off free so I could go up, but this day happened to fall on the same week as my manager's holiday, and so I thought, you aren't going, let's just forget about it. A lot of other uncles don't go to their nephew's first nativity, it's fine. And my sister said that she wanted to go as well. We could drive up Wednesday and then drive back tomorrow night. It's a 4-hour drive, so we left at 7:30 in the evening and didn't arrive till near midnight. And then last night we didn't leave until 8:30, simply because I had work today. Otherwise we could have stayed. We are going to have some snow, but what can you do about that? Anyhow, I ended up at home at midnight, came back, and now I'm at work. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Don't know whether I said that already, but that's what happened. Anyway, I had to sleep on the settee, and it's fine because, as we all know, I have the mildest bit of insomnia anyway, so I finally dozed off at about 2:30 and was awoken again at 7:20 because cars go past and the lights just kept shining through the window. I thought, well, that's me done. And then it was fine really because I got to see my nephew before he went off to school, and then hung around the house, and then we went to see him, and I felt incredibly old, and especially on the drive home when I realised that my first school play, also at my nephew's age, took place 22 years ago. I know that I should have guessed that because I am 22 years older than him, but it still made me feel extremely old, especially now that I am in the audience. But it was also a strange experience as well, because what made me feel incredibly old was I know that teenager Charlie, and indeed even a few years ago Charlie, would not have been happy to hear all these children singing, and sometimes, you know, the lines were very fast, but then I realised they're children, and it's a lot for children. And so I ended up quite impressed. Not gonna lie, I was impressed by this nativity play. I have absolutely no idea the age range of the children there, but it seemed to be a whole school affair. There were angels, there were sheep, there were wise men, there were innkeepers. It was everything a nativity ought to be. And we watched it twice because he also had an evening performance, and, you know, we're about that life. So the second performance was stranger than the first in that my nephew was just knackered. And I mean, he was proper cake and knackered here. He was not he was not here for it, basically. He was already mouthing off before we'd even left the house and threatening to kill us all. And then by the time we got there, I thought that my 4-year-old nephew, who I have sometimes described as a devil child on here, was going to murder the entire cast and crew of this primary school nativity and throw the baby Jesus and his manger off the stage directly at his headmistress. A fun time was had by all. Anyway, we should be back to our regularly scheduled programming by tomorrow, and why don't you tell me if you've been to a child's nativity this year? How did you feel? Was it a nice experience? Did you really enjoy yourself? If so, or tell me your favourite memory of being in a nativity. Who did you play? Were you the donkey? I feel as though you might be the donkey. Anyway, until next time, that is all.